my listeners who do not know, you are part of Right Coast Recording,
Right?
In Columbia, Pennsylvania. So tell us a story about how that all came about.
Well, Kirk and I from Radio Caroline, we're going to do this thing called NACA, which is something like North American College Association. And basically what it is every college has a committee that picks the entertainment for the year, and they have a good budget. And they have these big conferences, and you have a booth as an artist or a band or a magician, whatever it is. And the committees come around and just looking for something they want to hire. And we knew that there was there was a good opportunity for us. So him and I, and we were just recording. We were we did some shows, but we were mostly like not out and about as much as we should have been. And we realized we needed to be. So anyways, we wanted to see what a conference was like. So we drove to North Carolina, to Winston-Salem, to see one, not to be in one. And we were like, they took it super serious. Everyone had really pimped out spaces. So we came back and we really pimped ours out. We had a black leather couch with 3 listening stations. We made candies with Radio Carolina on them.
Mm-hmm.
We were playing our music through the speakers of the booth, and this guy from Philadelphia music conference came through, and he's like, man, you want to play our conference? I'll give you a good slot. I'm like, yeah. So we did that, and then it's kind of funny. John Harris at the Philadelphia one came by, and he said the same thing. He gave us like a headlining spot in their ballroom.
Okay.
And we brought our B3 player with us. Well, after we got done, someone said, hey, there's a studio recording this show behind you in a conference room. And I'm like, yeah, right. I like, yeah, sure. They have like a little Mackie board and an ADAT machine,
Mm-hmm. I
go back there, and my partners from the studio were back there with a Trident, and the band being in the live room didn't sound so good, but in their little space, they sounded like Radiohead,
Mm-hmm.
And they really liked my band. And I really dug what they were doing, but they're both touring engineers. So they were touring with Yes and the Stones and those kind of bands, and they weren't here enough to make it work.
Yeah.
And so I gave them a CD I made on an 8-track analog machine with Radio Caroline. They called me up and said, you need to come check the studio out. And I came up on 9/11. Like we had to move out of our space on 9/11. That we were at Radio Carolina. So I came up here, and so it came from taking it serious and going to Winston-Salem, driving 7 hours each way,
Mm-hmm.
to make sure when we did our conference that we knew that we looked good. And because of that, we got some gigs from that. This is my life. We got some gigs from NACA, which is what we were trying to do. But what we really got out of it is the studio.
Yes.
I never get what I think I'm going to get,
but
I always get something.
Something better.
Yeah, something. It's just like
way better.
Like taking the journey. You got to start it.
Yeah.
You got to leave. You can put your head down in your room and do all these things, which is cool, but you do have to go take the journey. You have to go.
You got to jump off.
You got to get yourself out there. You got to see where you. Well, there's lots of things about that journey. One of them is like seeing where you lack. Where people are better than you, where you're not, and where
again, humility.
Yeah, and where also where you're doing well.
Strengths.
Yeah, and just to get in front of people, to meet people, to give you to have some shared opportunities maybe.
Mm-hmm.